Alright guys, so I thought I wanted to finish off that kind of story about me going up on my birthday into the forest and gutting that deer, okay? So once I'd done all that, I brought it home and then gave it to the local gamekeeper, which yesterday came round with some bits of venison for me. So he got me, brought me around the offal, so that's like the heart, the liver, the kidneys. He brought me around the neck, which you can just kind of just bone and chop up the meat and use that just to cook with. He also just bought me some other little bits of chopped up meat. What else did he bring me? He brought me a shoulder, the good cut of meat to kind of roast. And he also brought me the rib cage, which is what we are going to be cooking today. So some of you guys might not actually know what a rib cage looks like. So I'm going to show you. It's a little bit bloody, so if you're not into that, if you don't want to see it, then just look away. So this is what one looks like. I guess a lot of people just kind of see a rib cage, you know, or ribs kind of all cooked up on a barbecue or something. But yeah, no, this is still even got a leaf on it from where it's been in the forest, this one. Or a few leaves. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I need to butcher this up, chop them up, and then what I'm going to do is steam them over the fire in a pan, then marinate them for a couple of hours, and then I've got like a big Chinese kind of cooking wok, and I'm going to stick it over the fire, and I'm going to cook them up like that. So yeah, let's get on with butchering these things. Okay, so there isn't a ton of meat on a rib, but there is definitely a bit, and so this is, you know, usually when the gamekeeper gets a deer, no one ever really wants a rib, so he usually gives them to us, so we like to cook them up. So what you kind of got is obviously you've got your bones, the rib cage, the ribs, and then between them you've got meat. And then at the back here, I don't know, I'm pretty sure this kind of work, you know, connects to like the back. So you need to kind of, you know, use an axe to chop through that. But what I've got is a nice sharp knife, and my pan's quite small, so I'll probably cut these into like, you know, 3 blocks, so 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to cut down through the meat, yeah, with my sharp knife. Okay, and then at these points here, along this back, you've got to cut with an axe. So I've got my axe here. I'm going to put it onto a sturdy block and chop through that bone. Alright, so I've just brought it down onto a tree stump here. You kind of want to just go one cut through. There we go. And then cut from the meat. Alright, and there is our pieces of ribs. And as you can see, got quite a bit of meat on the back, quite a bit of meat there, and then some meat kind of between the bones. So right, we've got one more set of that to do. Right, just get some water on the fire to start to boil to cook these ribs. So we only want a little bit of water in there because we're not actually boiling the ribs, we're just like simmering them or kind of like, almost like steaming them. So yeah, because otherwise you put tons of water in, all the flavour from the ribs is just going to go into that water. So yeah, let's get the lid on and get this to boil away. Alright, so we've got a nice bit of a rolling boil there, going on there. So I'm going to grab the meat out of the fridge and put it in there. Alright, let's check on these and see how they're doing. Well, they definitely seem to be, don't know if you can see through all the steam, but they definitely have browned up. So I'm going to just cut a bit of meat off and have a look and see how it's done. How it's looking, sorry. Wow. That is good. Right. Okay, so I reckon that's probably done. So what I want to do is drain them, but I don't want to get rid of that liquid because obviously it's going to be like a nice stock, which I can use another time. So I'm going to drain that, keep the liquid, and then I'm going to marinate those ribs. Okay, so what we've got now is we've got our really beautifully cooked ribs. See, that's all nicely and cooked. And then we've got a really nice kind of venison stock here, which can be reduced down or whatever, and can be added to, you know, whatever you're cooking that needs stock. Okay, so I'm just going to let those cool down, and in the meanwhile, I'm going to sort out my marinade. So I'm doing like a teriyaki marinade, and this is actually like a ready-made marinade that someone got me for my birthday. So I'm going to give it a go. It's kind of like ginger, soy sauce, lime, chilli, stuff like that. So that should be really nice. Have a nice sticky, kind of sticky sauce. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I just need to add a bit of oil to this. And then yeah, when the ribs cool down, we can mix it all in, yeah, and stick it in the fridge to marinade. Right, here we go. Got my marinade, got the ribs. Let's pour all this in. There we go. Let's coat all of these. I don't know if you guys can see how blooming tasty these things look. Oh, they do look good, believe me. And they smell really good as well. So I've got to leave them for a couple of hours, and then I'm going to get them a wok out, and I'm going to wok them. Alright guys, so the ribs have been marinating for quite a few hours now, and we're going to be cooking them shortly. But before we do that, I wanted to show you something else that we're going to be cooking tonight in my wok. Another piece of venison, and that is part of the offal, and it's the heart. Sorry, I've got the hiccups. So we're going to be cooking the heart, and we're going to be doing like this stir fry. It's really tender, because obviously it's a muscle that's constantly, you know, constantly moving. So yeah, it's very tender, and it's really nice to slice up and added to a stir fry or something like that. And it's a cut of meat that people don't tend to eat, but yeah, like I said, it's really good. So what I'm going to do is just grab it out the bag. There you go. There's the deer's heart. It was quite a small deer, so the heart's quite small. Obviously, a bigger deer, the heart's going to be a lot bigger. But there's quite a lot of meat on there. Yeah. All we do is just slice this up. Alright guys, so the fire I'm going to be cooking on today is basically I've piled all these bricks up and lit a fire in the centre there, leaving kind of holes and gaps kind of all around it in the bottom and stuff, mainly in the bottom to let oxygen through. And the reason this is kind of quite a good fire for cooking with a wok is because a wok you want a really high temperature, you want lots of heat. So basically what it does is sucks oxygen in from the bottom and comes up like that, almost kind of like a rocket stove, if you guys know what that is. So yeah, it is almost working kind of like some kind of like rocket, basically, like almost like a chimney. It sucks the oxygen in, and then comes out. All the flames come out the top. You don't get a lot of smoke cooking this. You just get lots and lots of heat, which with a wok, because you're cooking really quickly, is the perfect thing. All right, guys. So I reckon now those ribs are probably ready. And everyone's got back from work and stuff, and I reckon they're hungry and ready for dinner.
Definitely hungry.
Definitely hungry, yeah. So, get a bit of oil in there. We're going to wait for that to heat up, which is not going to take long, because as I was saying earlier, this is a very hot fire. And then we're going to chuck our ribs in and get cooking.
Hey, camera on.
There they go, guys. Look, lovely and
nice, nice marinade. Wow,
sticky venison ribs.
Okay, well, it's good that it didn't go to waste.
Exactly. There we go. So just gonna I reckon that one's done. Just drain a bit of the oil off and into my dish. There we go. Ready for the next one. No,
okay.
Not particularly.
Okay.
Right, that's the last rib. They're all in there. They are looking good. Now they're ready to eat. But I've now got to make my heart stir fry. And that'll go straight into that oil. Right, I've just added some of the marinade that I had left over. And my vegetables. And just give it a bit of a cook. Turn it. And then that's almost done. So we've got sticky, what is it called? I don't know.
Teriyaki.
Teriyaki ribs, venison ribs, And then we've got venison heart, teriyaki, stir fry. That's what we've got for dinner. And it smells delicious.
Yes. Oh, Evan, they're some of the best ribs I have.
Is this the thing you marinate them on?
Right, there we go, guys. It's all over. Just a big pile of bones now. And it was absolutely delicious.
Someone's got the hiccups.